Who is the greatest champion of free speech in the world today? I think there's really only one answer to that question, and it is Elon Musk. At great cost to himself, also at considerable risk of his reputation, Elon Musk has taken up this cause and taken it up with a vengeance. In fact, his purchase of Twitter, $44 billion, wow, is a vehicle of Elon Musk fighting valiantly the free speech battle. And it's hard to say a bigger battle that is more important to fight today. It's amazing how censorship has not only gained a foothold, it's become the operating manual for huge and powerful government agencies, nonprofits, even corporations have now gotten into the act. And all of these nasty things like cancel culture come out of this attempt to repress and suppress free speech. Well, it looks like the Biden administration, which is part of the censorship brigade, is trying to fight back against Twitter, is trying to squash and pressure and silence Elon Musk. And since Musk took over Twitter, which was October 27th of last year, he has gotten no less than 12 letters from the Federal Trade Commission asking him all kinds of questions and asking him to supply all kinds of data. So the FTC, which, by the way, is run by a left-wing Democrat. Her name is Lina Khan. In fact, she used to be an investigator on the Democratic side for the House. And now she's running the FTC, and she is demanding that Elon Musk turn over internal communications. And but here's the interesting point, quote, identify all journalists granted access to company records. So this is a reference to people like Barry Weiss and Matt Taibbi and others who have been putting out the Twitter files. And the FTC wants to know, who are these people? Now, really, this is something that anyone who cares about free speech, and particularly about a free press, about journalism, should be very worried about. And it's really interesting that the media, which you'd think would have a stake in protecting free speech, nevertheless doesn't seem to object these days to this kind of thing. Why? Because they want to censor people. They want to block even journalism that's occurring on the right. Look at all the calls right now to shut down Fox News, silence Tucker Carlson. And I'm sure that if they could get people like Matt Taibbi shut up, they would be delighted to do it. Now, the FTC has been in communication with Twitter for a while. Apparently, Twitter, going all the way back to 2011, signed a consent order which said that they would cooperate with the FTC in investigating, quote, data security lapses. But let's remember that data security lapses have nothing to do with the Twitter files. But the FTC is saying, hey, Elon Musk, after you took over, you fired a bunch of people at Twitter, so we're concerned that the remaining people cannot manage the issue of data security. So that's the first pretext for looking at Twitter. And the second one, of course, is the embarrassment. They don't say this in their letters, but the embarrassment generated by the Twitter files. The Twitter files, by the way, the latest one out today by Matt Taibbi, exposing what he calls the censorship industrial complex. It's a pretty long thread with a lot of detail. Sometimes when this happens, even though it's timely, I don't want to jump the gun because I want to really digest what's going on. So I'm going to take the weekend to do that and pick up on this topic on Monday. But point being that people like Matt Taibbi have become very dangerous to the censorship industrial complex. Why? Because they're exposing how government is actively involved. Government isn't the only censor. Government works with the Aspen Institute. It works with the Stanford Internet Observatory. You've got this kind of octopus of censorship that operates in multiple ways. Academic researchers are involved. It's a very disturbing monster that Elon Musk is trying valiantly to to slay. And the FTC is trying to harass him along the way. There's not perhaps a whole lot they can do to him, but on the other hand, they do have leverage. Government institutions and agencies always do. And at the very least, they have virtually unlimited resources to tie you up, to make you hire armies of lawyers to deal with them, to keep hauling you in front of them, to make presentations and answer questions. So this is nothing more than harassment of Elon Musk. Fortunately, the GOP majority in the House is on to this. They have now exposed it. In fact, they're the ones that put out these repeated and badgering inquiries from the FTC to Elon Musk. Elon Musk has commented on it, quote, "This is a serious attack on the Constitution by a federal agency." I think what he means is that this is a serious attack on the constitutional right to free speech. And elsewhere, Elon Musk again, "a shameful case of weaponization of a government agency for political purposes and suppression of truth." The good thing is that unlike guys like perhaps Tucker Carlson and others, Elon Musk works for himself. He can't be booted. He can't be fired. You can't go to Rupert Murdoch and say, "Shut up, Tucker Carlson." This is a case where it is ultimately just up to the tenacity and fortitude of Elon Musk. And so far, I think he has a lot of both.